Michael Demchenko asks, Wes, should we as Christian business people give discounts to fellow church members or family relatives? Would love your opinion.
You know, Michael, it's a bit of a hot topic, you know, because part of me is like, yes, part of me is like, no, you know, a bit torn on the answer. I would say family, yes. Like, you know, I don't think charging family is a smart idea. You know, it's like they're family. I understand that if there's a product cost, you know, if it's advice, give it to them. If there's a product cost, then you might have to charge them the product cost. I guess it depends a little bit where you are on the journey. You know, if you're a startup, you can't afford to be giving away a product for free. So, you know, they should probably do it. The flip side, I think, from a family's perspective, why would they want it all for free? It's like that, what, don't they value it? So, I don't know. For me, I would just not do business with family and friends anyway, just because I wouldn't want that weirdness. But it can really work. But should we give discounts to, you know, the people in the church and things like that? Again, I think if you're a startup, I don't think you've got that luxury. If you've been around a long time and you've got retained profits and you've got big buffers in the bank, you can make that decision. I would say be led by the Spirit is probably the best answer. You know, I think the answer should be no, but then if you feel led by the Spirit, then it can be a yes, you know, to give people big discounts. My concern is that when I shop with somebody in the church for a product or a service, I never, ever, ever expect a discount. And quite often won't accept one even if it's offered. That's not the rule, but I just want to validate them and value what they're doing. You know, getting 10% off or 15% off or 20% off, it's not the end of the world. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me, but it would mean something to them, especially if they're in startup. So I would say to you, like, for me, your business, your XYZ Proprietary Limited, you know, your entity has only got one goal, and that one goal is to make a profit. Okay. You, on the other hand, you can have a different goal. You can subsidize things because you want influence. You can make profit, give it all away. You get to choose how it's distributed and so forth. But we still have to make a profit at the start. I just don't subscribe to the theory that just because we're brothers and sisters in Christ that everything should be discounted. You know, I don't. It's not a commercial answer. It's not a smart answer. You know. So I guess I would say to you, you know, like, my baseline would be no. You know, there's no discounting. And then if you feel led to, then do it. But outside of that, see, I just think people should, just like the heart that says, oh, we should give our brothers and sisters discounts, the heart should be on the other people's mind saying, I really want them to win, so that I shouldn't give them a discount. So I just reckon, you know, for me, the answer is no. You draw the line and say no discounts for, you know, people within the church, unless you feel led, unless you really, really want to. And if you're a startup, it's definitely a no, because every dollar counts. Every dollar matters in that early stage. You start giving stuff away and, you know, you go backwards. And to me, what's the point in giving a few away and losing all of your marketing money so that you never grow big to be able to give lots away? You're better off just to keep it really honest, charge what you're worth, get that money in, use it to grow your business, and then at some point in the future, you could probably do something very, very significant. But my baseline is just a businessman's baseline. No discounting.